Hello, you lovely lot. Thanks. It's nice. Who's behind me? Right, Emilie-Kate. I have two names. Not because I'm worth it, but because my parents are very pretentious. So it gets worse than that. It's not just Emily with a Y. It's Emily, the French way. I'm not French, right? When I was 13, I changed it to Emilie because I was going through this obnoxious, pretentious hormonal phase, which I do think I really might be nearing the end of soon. So not only have I got this double-barreled name, I've got this voice. Right, I grew up in Essex. I know you wouldn't believe it, but I did. And it's funny, a voice, isn't it? So I've been told I sound like Alexa. I mean, I'm not sure. But here's what I found on the web. It's a funny thing, an accent, isn't it? I mean, actually, to be honest, this accent is great at job interviews. I can convince employers that I am educated and capable. I am neither of those things. But it's not great everywhere, I have to say. I tell you where it's not great, dating. Men want bubbly, sexy little girls. I am not bubbly or sexy, and this voice comes across as austere and condescending. That means where you talk down to people. Yeah, I'm not good at dating in many ways. I mean, I'm nervous. So I take my little dog with me because she's a really good icebreaker, but she's a bit nervous too. So she sits on my lap most of the time. She's a bit clingy. So I'm sitting there across from this guy. The dog's on my lap. I'm stroking her. And I don't like to wear my glasses on a date because I want to pretend I'm younger than I am. So I do slightly squint, seeing if they look like their profile picture. So I'm squinting and stroking my dog. And then I've developed this terrible habit, typical of women over 40, which is I have to check all the time whether I've got any chin hairs. So I'm stroking my chin hair and squinting and stroking my dog. And I realise that I'm coming across much less sexy date and a little bit more Bond villain. So I'm just like, no, Mr. Bumble, I expect you to pay. Yeah, dating's a nightmare. I mean, it's, I don't know, I mean, maybe I'm having trouble connecting. I tell you where else. I don't fit in because dating in Surrey is a nightmare. They also, not only do they want you to be bubbly and sexy, but they want you to be wholesome. I'm from Essex, I'm not wholesome. You have to enjoy all these ghastly things like glamping and long cold walks with the cockapoo and like smiling at people. So I'm expected to enjoy all that, and I'm supposed to fit in with them. Do you know who else I have to fit in with? Is the school mums at the gates at my daughter's school. I mean, they're really nice, but they keep inviting me to do these things I don't want to do. I mean, if they invited me to something I do want to do, like a drag bingo, perhaps, or Magic Mike, or a sex party, I mean, any of these would be great. No, do you know, by the way, there are no orgies in Surrey. I can't find any. Do you know, all I can guess is that nobody can be bothered to write the thank you notes afterwards. So, luckily. So, do you know what they invited me to, by the way? A wine appreciation course. What? It's all right. I appreciate wine, believe me. And they go, no, Emilie-Kate. It's to help you appreciate really good wine. What? Why would I want to do that? So you're going to charge me 200 quid to make me dislike something I love and make me like something, a more expensive version of it? No, thank you. And, you know, I know that sounds awful. I don't just like cheap wine. I mean, I like a lot of cheap wine. Right? And therefore, I think the absolute feat of engineering, absolute champion of cheap wine is the wine box. So underrated. Right, it comes with its own little tap, so you don't need a glass, right? It lasts a good hour or so. And then once you're done, it's like an adult Kinder Surprise. You rip into it, and inside is your prize. You blow up the little pillow, and you've got yourself a little rest pillow, which you will need after the wine box. Yeah. So it's all right. I got out of the wine experience, or the tasting, because I have the top trump of all get out of jail free cards. My eldest child is quite severely disabled, and it is very useful for getting me out of anything I don't want to do, right?